Hello, Capricorn. Capricorn. I'm I'm one of you, Capricorn. I'm Capricorn rising and South Node. Sunflower. I just wanted you guys to see the sunflower. That's it. All right, so we're gonna do a look at your cards, Capricorn. I'm switching it up. Intuitively guided over here. Long journey of liberation and self-awareness. Continual, ongoing healing stuff. Lots of shadow work. And at some point, just, working with all the tools to stay peaceful, harmonious, as healthy as one can be, with all of the Shazam. Okay, Capricorn, I'm testing a new thing here where I intuitively do the sign by sign. My patrons get ad-free first access. Top tier patrons get access to the Be the Change courses and exclusive content, and top tier patrons also get a 10% discount on private readings and sessions with Masouf. Okay, tuning into the cards now, so let's see what energy we get for Capricorn. You always be discerning, watching stuff on the internet, right? You're your own master, okay? So these are for fun and entertainment. They're a way to connect with you. But I have been reading professionally for over 6 years, working with cards for 12, and a long time yoga meditation teacher and an author. I published a book called The Fearless Guide. Anyway, enough about myself. So Capricorn, we have the Justice as the main energy coming up. This is the Sword of Truth. That's come up recently. I heard it. The Sword of Truth. Balancing the scales of justice. There's something that you're looking down on, or you're there could be a bit of reflective energy here with thinking at this point. I'm recording these mid-April, so planets are stationing, moving forward, finally. Let's get more energy, more clarity, more messages. This is like finally getting clear as well. You're gaining perspective on your life, on past situations, thought form, manifestations, things you dreamed of, dreams you held, things you wanted, and you're kind of lifting yourself up over that. So you might even be receiving new ideas, new inspiration, but there's no movement. You're just sat there. You're kind of observing things. There's something kind of regal about this reading. Energies coming in is Empress, and she's upright, and I got a sense of like, this is a potential glow up for you, Capricorn, and I can't help but notice the little baby there. So it's like, for some of you, you might be pregnant. For some of you, you might be giving birth, but there's a crown that she's holding on top of this baby, which still looks like it's inside of her. I've never even noticed that, but her dress is a flower. Like, she is a flower. Do you see? I never noticed it. I just thought it was a dress and like there's flowers underneath her dress, but her dress is an actual flower. Is it a lily? I don't know what kind of flower, but I know it is familiar. She's super kind of serious and regal, not unlike how Capricorn comes across sometimes. She's putting a crown on that baby. If it's not baby, it could be creative ideas. It could be your sense of self, your womb wisdom. And the reason I'm talking about glow up is that the justice is like you pulling back and gaining perspective, using your discernment, the sword of truth, the scales of justice, right? There's something in Libra. Oh yeah, we just had that Libra full moon, right? After the nodes leave the signs of Libra and Aries. So there's and you see how her hair is the clouds. That is what makes me think of reflectivity. Having her head in the clouds, right? And she's sitting right on top of the tallest building. So she's like totally it's not hermit, but it's possibly giving her, it's giving hermit vibes. And again, Ace of Swords reverse, Seven of Cups reversed, you're reflective. You're like all these, and this Seven of Cups is very much to me wishing upon a star. I want that. I want this. I want this. Having a lot of options. But there's something shifting in this pullback. Like you're pulling back. You're like, okay, wait, now what? Where do I go from here? What am I doing now? And there's you, Queen of Pentacles, attached this sort of reflection energy where you're on top of it. You know, you're a queen. You've got your bunnies. And there again, other things I've never noticed about this Queen of Pentacles. She's also got flowers in her basket, but her dress sort of moves into a cascade of what looked to me like tulips. Or maybe roses. It looks like there's a rose in her basket. There's definitely some rose-looking flowers in this Empress energy. This Empress energy is oozing abundance. Flowers growing out of her wazoo, right? So, and she's crowning this child, which is signaling more creative potential. And then the Queen of Pentacles, this is what I'm talking about, my intuition picking up on a glow up, for lack of a graduation, you know, earning more money, maybe going from this grounded, earthy, connected Queen of Pentacles, tending to her garden, and then either becoming pregnant. You're creating more life force, right? From an already abundant place, but you're creating more life force here. There is a shift. There is an energetic difference. This is not a great example, but like, you know, the kings and the queens run a kingdom and a queendom. The emperor and the empress are like masters of the universe. They're full on manifesting everything. And they somewhat stand alone because their emperor and empress have mastered all of the elements. Where Queen of Pentacles is sustainable, earthly, tending to her garden, but she's potentially got other elements in different lifetimes, maybe, to master, right? To acquire, to work with, even. Whereas, like, Empress is an evolved creator that stands alone, that doesn't... You could even look at the baby in her flower dress as, like, immaculate conception. You don't need other to create life. You access that divinity, that code from within you. Do I dare see? This is, so devil energy, that's you in the traditional rider way. You are, the devil energy is often a Capricornian signature. People might interpret it that way. It is interpreted that way. So she's got these 2 cherries. It's weird, right? Because like this devil is like there's spider webs. It's a bit creepy, and she's like got this red dress, which is it looks to me sort of like a poisonous mushroom. And the cherries. She's got to feed the spider. She's got to feed the addiction, you know? And then over here with your little Empress glow up is an emperor. I mean, straight up, yeah. This could be a suitor. A collaborator. If it's to do with pregnancy in real time, it could be your lover. The Hermit reverse makes me think, and just the way the cards are laid, it makes me think that this this could be somebody at a distance. This could be somebody that you have had distance from. I'm suddenly aware, like, this is why tarot is so cool, because I'm like, oh, interesting. There's, because this one has like female representations of the kings, and I'm suddenly aware that there's 2 different emperor energies. I'm certain of it. Never clocked it before because I do not think there's 2 empresses. But because there's so much feminine energy in this deck, I'm like, you know, and especially in this deck as well, the Wheel of Fortune is a female, the Justice is a female, the High Priestess, right? Well, the High Priestess usually, but it does make me, I'm trying to think because I didn't, this is it, this is the one. There it is. And sorry, that was a total waffle, me sidetracking into some surprising research, because it's all super intuish, right? But these emperors are very different. That's part of it, because again, recently I was working with an emperor and it was a very different energetic. This is more suitor. This is more leva-levas. These 2 definitely could be a couple. The Hermit reverse, there's an ocean between you. There's space or distance. One of you could be traveling. I don't think it's you. I think it's Emperor because he's further away. So the Justice card here, Capricorn, is really you honoring a higher truth. So there's sort of this graduation of Queen into Empress or King into Emperor. There seems to be a suitor or somebody you're calling in. don't know if this is somebody you know. No, this looks like a brand new beginning with regards to suitor material, partnership. I'm hearing that song, Getting to Know You, getting to know all about you. Somebody brand new. Fool, because the Fool card, 0, blank canvas, right? Going back into like the regal energy, there's something pretty regal about these two. They both, she's just looking English rosy, okay? And there's roses. And she's crowning the baby in her belly. So, and again, if it's not baby, it's project. It's, just your own personal life force that's like crowning away. And then the Emperor is also wearing a crown. You're sitting on top of a building in justice energy. For some of you, right away, I'm hearing property. Some of you might be buying property, selling property, getting in property, because Emperor over there also got a big old property on his crown. He's like draped in jewels, also wearing flowers. It looks like one of the flowers on his jacket is like the flower of your dress. Okay, so there's gonna be recognition, similarity. More than likely, there is a mountainscape or a seascape between you and this other person. Yeah, there's this familiarity in creation, co-creation. Both have a kind of connection or affinity to earth magic. I'm hearing earth, flowers. He's got the similar color flowers on his jacket. He's also holding a crown in his arms. And the landscape behind him is like mountains and forest, and the Empress energy is also in a bed of roses, in a bed of flowers, super duper luxurious, regal. I keep hearing regal, which is, you know, relevant with the justice energy as well. That justice card, the sword of truth, virtue, balance. Okay. Here's the this is energy of what you've worked through or been cutting out. In the vision, in the pursuit of the vision of what you're manifesting, Capricorn. Okay, so there's a message, or there has been a message. A lot of what you've cut out is probably some of your own negative patterns of behavior. There's definitely like a clean slate around a group of people, a group of friends that maybe you partied with one time of your life, or you used to hang out with and have a great time. No, cut it out. Don't want to do that anymore. You are really standing alone and going your own way. And the Fool energy is, yep, I'm just going to go into this foolish new beginning. It's all upright though, and it's all elevated. Sword of truth, justice energy, Empress, Emperor, high level people coming together because they do it their own way and they resonate with how they both be doing it in their own ways, and they're like, hey, let's get together and do this together. Because if it's not romantic, it's definitely like business stuff, entrepreneurial stuff, work stuff. For some of you, maybe legal matters, justice energy, sword of truth. Feels a lot more just like energetic, like moving through a portal. Going from like, I've been through this, I know what I've gone through, I know what I've created, I've gotten rid of this, I've overcome that. And I'm starting to get some inspiration. I'm starting to get some positive messages. I'm starting to feel on top of it. I'm starting to feel balanced again. Balance, scales, high. pulling yourself out of this, you know, toxic culture, as it were. 3 of Cups reversed. And that's, like, for some of you, that could be part of it. 3 years, whatever. Sobriety, not partying anymore, not drinking anymore. Focusing on your creative life force, focusing on your own garden. Fool. This Emperor energy, so again, a counterpart, companion, lava, that kind of vibratory. They could just kind of come in. They might be the one who foolishly steps into this energy. Because one or both of you are, remember before I even pulled the Hermit, that I was getting Hermit vibes from the Justice energy. And then the Fool card is sort of like, Hala, I'm ready. I'm coming out of Hermit mode. But so both these people have probably been on their own for a while. This is coming through as a little bit more like intellectual than Ace of Cups. So this is an inception of an idea. A good one. There's something about the Knight of Swords. There's 2 Knight of Swords now. I would be mindful, like cautionary tale, I would be mindful of energy that comes in really, really fast and tries to maybe rush you to do something. I'd also be aware of other people's thought form from media, whatever, that makes you feel powerless. I want some clarity on the Ace of Cups reverse. That come up twice for me now. Sword, heart. I mean, it could be like leading with the brilliance of your mind rather than being overly emotional about stuff. Phew. I mean, you're definitely going through some sort of spiritual upgrade here, Capricorn. The rising Phoenix energy. The crow, they're often messengers from the divine. Okay? And that could be you, right? You might have the message. You might be the messenger connected to the divine rising like the Phoenix. But the Justice is a rational, seemingly, whatever. But the Sword of Truth, the rational perspective. I mean, she's connected to the sky and the heavens. She's sitting on lots of buildings. Queen of Pentacle, I think you've probably like done good stuff in the world, been successful in a business way, material way, grounded, practical way. And like some of you definitely have overcome some addictions, some attachments, cutting it loose, even messages that might destabilize you. Be super mindful of messaging, words, thought form that make you feel less powerful. That's not going to help you out. Why? Because you're super duper powerful, Capricorn. Capricorn, you've got all divine duo here. New beginning, maybe at a distance. And again, it could be inspired ideas. It doesn't have to be romantic. For some of you, it isn't. Ace of Cups. It's not about love and gushy, romantic, hellish Shazam. It's some sort of like practical. I mean, it could still be love. For some reason, I'm thinking of like a kind of coldness to Emperor Empress get together. As in, they just don't show it at all. Okay, so I don't know, but it just because with regards to these cards, this would be a match. This would be energetic alignment between two people who have risen themselves to a certain status in life. And one or both people are like, brand new beginning, a bit foolish, but let's do it because we're on it. And one or both these people has been on their own. You've been on your own for a while, right? You're like, heck, I've been working it because it's worth it on my own. I've been immaculately conceiving babies. Which, again, if it's not babies, it's business ideas, flowers, gardens, just creating. All right, Capricorn. Let's pull a few more cards here. Rising Phoenix, super connected, but it's also like rational, balanced perspective. I don't need to overemphasize the rational. The Ace of Cups reverse is definitely giving me a vibe of like, it's not this lovey-dovey, like, renewal of the heart, romance, vibratories. It's anchored in kind of a rational process of thinking based on maybe stuff you've been through, right? Dreams that didn't work out, ideas that didn't work out, trial and error, failure, betrayal, friends that tried to rip you apart, right? Like, your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Okay, so this is super nice clarity for this Emperor, Empress match duo. This is an alliance. This is maybe just on all the levels as well. Because I don't think neither of these people are like seeking fully whole, fully like high level creators, right? But the Hermit reverse, this is finally meeting more of your match. Finally meeting alliances. People that you can rely on, create with, trust. Because that's something that you and maybe this other person have gone through a lot of. Like, not being able to trust people. Why? Because they're so freaking powerful. People just want to take stuff from you. That's the Rising Phoenix. You've been destroyed probably more than once. That card is coming out loads. So there's a sense of your inner vision and the devotion that you have dedicated to your inner vision. Finding lots of power and lots of strength here. Be kind to yourself, Capricorn. Be kind to yourself. That's definitely an important message here, okay? You've got alliances, okay? People coming in. Emperor, Empress. This is a clean slate, brand new beginning. You're moving forward, glowing up. I'm hearing people might be surprised by the new you. Or by the, I'm hearing something like the avenue of your glow up. The avenue of your growth spurt. Be super duper vigilant or discerning with regards to external thoughts coming in from other people that make you feel less powerful. Like attack, like psychological attacks kind of thing, that you'd be like, you can't do it, or you're never gonna do it, or who do you think you are, Capricorn? You're like, I'm Capricorn. I'm the goat. I don't stop. You're gonna keep climbing that mountain, that's for sure. And you've got a supporter. You've got this alliance coming in. Someone else super dupes powerful in their integrity who's like, well, that's a good idea. Do you want to work on that together? You're like, maybe. Because I was been working on my own. And so the justice here is like you gaining perspective. Taking time to reflect. Why? Because we don't self-responsible people, la 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 la. We don't need to manipulate. You don't need to like force or push or pressure. You just are like, yeah, okay. It's fairly detached. That's another, again, Ace of Sword upright, Ace of Cups. This is not an overly emotional situation. This is like risen state. You've mastered the mind. You've mastered the emotional body. You've mastered the physical earthly realm. And then there's like this part of me. It's like, a little passion wouldn't hurt you, but I think maybe not this second kind of thing, because this is all coming in for you. And there's the Page of Wands. That's a fiery, passionate message, but I think that's more your inner landscape, fire phoenix, right? You're like getting inspired from within, brilliant new ideas. I want to do this, I want to do that, pay attention to the detail. Wait, don't rush, and then like alliances come in, you're like, oh my god, this is great, let's do it, but it's all very practical, it's all very logical. But there again, you're already a creator, you're already contained, right? So logic on that level is deeply emotional. You just don't see it. And that's a very Capricorn signature. Very deep and emotional, just not something, but also a bit stoic. Like you do all the emotional shadow work on your own, totally, right? So people don't necessarily see that, but it's still there. The emotion's still there, and that's part of the higher logic. The higher mind comes via accessing full spectrum emotional healing, emotional awareness, and all that jazz. Okay, there's your reading, Capricorn. You guys got a little extended one for show. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if they resonate. Do let me know if you enjoy having access to the sign by signs. And again, join the Patreon community for more content, more extended readings, more exclusive readings, access to the courses, etc. And a way to support small businesses and brands and content creators like myself. And check out my book on Amazon, Kindle, Audible, and the shop, the T-mail store, all the love stuff. All created by me over the years. And where is it that? I'm still standing. Capricorn, happy to be with you. Happy to be one of you guys. Look after yourselves and have a jolly great day. Take care. Peace out.